Welcome back the Wonder Lab, curious night owls and anyone drifting gently toward Hawaii in the silent darkness of the cosmos. Something unseen moves everything. It stretches galaxies apart, bends time itself, and drives the universe toward an unknown destiny. Scientists call it dark energy. But truthfully, no one really knows what it is. It does not shine. It does not reflect. It cannot be touched or measured directly, and yet it makes up almost 70% of everything that exists. Think about that. Most of reality is invisible. What we see, stars, planets, light, matter, is just a tiny fraction, a faint glow surrounded by an ocean of nothingness that still controls everything. Maybe the universe is not just expanding. Maybe it's breathing, exhaling galaxies into the void, following a pattern older than time itself. When scientists first discovered that the universe's expansion was speeding up, they were confused. Gravity should pull things together, not push them apart. So where was this mysterious force coming from? Equations spoke first, then telescopes confirmed. The cosmos was not slowing down. It was accelerating, as if something invisible was pushing it outward from every direction. That something was named dark energy. But what if it's not just energy? What if it's a blueprint, a silent code written into the very structure of space? Maybe in the same way DNA shapes life, dark energy shapes the universe itself, every galaxy, every star, every atom, suspended within a grand invisible framework. And that framework might not be random. It might be the universe's way of remembering its origin. Some physicists imagine dark energy as the property of the vacuum, a pressure woven into empty space. Others believe it's a dynamic field, changing with time, perhaps even alive in some mathematical sense. But ancient philosophies spoke of something similar too, a hidden breath, a divine expansion, the pulse of creation itself. Could both be describing the same truth from different languages of understanding? When we look at the night sky, we see the past. Light from distant galaxies took billions of years to reach us. We are not observing what is, but what was. And yet, in all this delay, dark energy remains constant, steady, eternal. It's almost as if it exists outside time, guiding the unfolding of the cosmos like an unseen architect. Maybe that's the secret. The universe doesn't just expand by chance. It follows a silent design, a hidden geometry, where balance and chaos dance together. A rhythm so vast that even eternity cannot contain it if you could step outside time and look at the entire cosmic timeline in one glance, from the Big Bang to the last flicker of the final star. You might see a pattern, not randomness, but order, not emptiness, but intelligence written in the language of physics. Maybe dark energy is that language, a whisper from the universe to itself saying, continue, expand, evolve. And what if, just what if, the same force that drives galaxies apart also lives inside us? Our thoughts, our consciousness, our need to explore. Maybe it's all an echo of the same universal drive to expand, to grow, to reach beyond the known. Because when you look closely enough, the human mind and the universe follow the same rule. Both are filled with darkness, yet both seek light. Both are infinite, mysterious, and unfinished. So perhaps dark energy isn't out there after all. Perhaps it's the hidden blueprint within everything, guiding stars, souls, and time itself toward something greater. And as the universe keeps expanding into the endless unknown, maybe it's not escaping anything, maybe it's becoming something, something vast, something aware, something that was always meant to be. And as the universe keeps expanding into the endless unknown, maybe it's not escaping anything, that maybe it's becoming something, but becoming what? That question echoes through every galaxy, through every fragment of time still forming in the cold vacuum. If dark energy is the architect of expansion, then somewhere in that silent design lies another partner, one that binds, shapes, and anchors the very bones of creation, invisible, yet gravitationally powerful. We call it dark matter. It does not glow, it does not collide, it does not burn. And yet, without it, not a single star would have held its place. Imagine the universe as a grand symphony. Dark energy writes the rhythm of expansion, while dark matter plays the chords of structure. One pushes outward, the other holds together. And between their tension, the cosmic music of existence begins. Astronomers can't see dark matter directly, but they feel its pull everywhere. Galaxies spin too fast. Their visible mass is not enough to keep them from flying apart. Something unseen adds weight, an invisible glue wrapping every galaxy like a cosmic web. Through computer simulations, scientists mapped it. A vast skeleton made of invisible threads stretching across billions of light years. Where those threads intersect, galaxies bloom like bright nodes on a universal network. You, me, every star, every world exist inside that hidden geometry. It's like neurons in a brain. The cosmic web resembles the structure of human consciousness itself. Both are networks, information, matter, energy, interlinked, self-organizing, alive. So maybe the universe isn't just expanding. Maybe it's thinking dark energy breathes space into existence. Dark matter shapes that breath into form. And somewhere inside this endless interplay, matter awakens and calls itself aware. When the first atoms formed after the Big Bang, hydrogen and helium drifted silently in the void. Gravity pulled them together. Dark matter guided them unseen, whispering where stars should be born. In time, those stars forged heavier elements, carbon, oxygen, iron, until one day a tiny blue world emerged, filled with beings trying to understand the pattern that made them. We are that pattern, born from the hidden blueprint we now seek. But what exactly is that blueprint made of? Mathematics suggests it's not static. Space isn't a flat emptiness. It fluctuates, ripples, breathes in quantum pulses too small for our eyes. Some physicists believe dark energy may arise from those fluctuations, the energy of the vacuum itself. Others think it's evidence of another realm entirely, where dimensions beyond our perception stretch the fabric of existence. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. Dark energy and dark matter act together like yin and yang, opposite forces dancing in perfect equilibrium. One expands, the other contains. Creation and preservation locked in eternal balance. Maybe that balance is the universe's consciousness. Maybe that's what existence means, to expand and to hold, to reach outward and remain whole. Every galaxy is a thought, every supercluster a memory, every empty void a pause between ideas. And dark energy is the space that lets those ideas breathe. If that's true, then the cosmos isn't a machine, it's a mind. An intelligence that doesn't speak in words but in gravity and light. And like any mind, it's evolving. Because the deeper we look, the more the universe seems to be learning about itself through us. Through curiosity, observation, wonder, we are the universe realizing that it exists. Our consciousness is not separate from the stars. It is their continuation in a different form. Maybe that's the hidden blueprint, a pattern where creation leads inevitably to awareness, where energy, matter, and thought are simply different states of the same cosmic will to know itself. So, the story of dark energy isn't just about physics. It's about awakening. Every expansion, every collision, every quantum vibration is a step toward recognition. And maybe, when the last light fades, the universe will have finally understood its own code. And so the universe learns about itself through every pulse of light, every echo of gravity, every mind that dares to wonder. Yet the more we discover, the more mysterious the design becomes. Zoom far enough out, and the cosmic web looks eerily familiar. Its filaments stretch and branch like the neurons of a vast brain, lightning veins of matter connecting clusters of galaxies that hum like living cells. Is that resemblance only coincidence, or could structure itself be a kind of intelligence, geometry? Thinking through the language of physics, physicists once believed the universe was simple, matter obeying equations. But quantum reality whispered otherwise. At the smallest scales, particles behave like waves of probability, appearing only when observed, as if awareness itself collapses possibility into being. If the act of observation shapes reality, then consciousness is not an accident. It's a fundamental ingredient of existence. Dark energy expands the canvas. Dark matter draws the outlines. Quantum consciousness fills the picture with meaning. Perhaps this is the hidden blueprint, a trinity of forces, expansion, structure, and awareness, each incomplete without the others. Look again at the night sky. Every photon reaching your eye has traveled for billions of years, carrying the memory of where it came from. When you see it, you complete its journey. You, tiny, fragile, finite, close the loop of infinity. That moment of seeing is sacred. It connects the vast with the personal, the eternal with the now. Maybe that's why the universe made observers at all, so it could finally feel its own creation. In ancient myths, God spoke worlds into existence. In modern physics, observation crystallizes them. Different words, same truth. Reality unfolds through awareness, and maybe, at a scale beyond imagination, the universe itself is aware, through us, through stars, through everything that exists within its living code. The deeper scientists probe, the more they find patterns repeating, spiral galaxies, hurricanes, DNA, seashells, neurons, the same mathematical ratios, the same fractal fingerprints. From atoms to galaxies, one design echoes endlessly. It's as if the universe cannot help but remember its own shape. The blueprint hides not in distance, but in repetition, a self-similar dance that says, all is one, playing itself at every scale. But what happens when that dance slows? When dark energy keeps pushing, and galaxies drift so far apart that their light can never meet again? Billions of years from now, distant civilizations, if any remain, will look up and see nothing beyond their local group of stars. The universe will appear empty, silent, dead. But maybe emptiness is not the end. Maybe it's renewal, because in that infinite dark, the blueprint may begin again. Patterns folding inward, information compressing, a new seed forming within the void. Just as a star dies to give birth to heavier elements, the universe might one day collapse its knowledge into a singular thought, a cosmic memory ready to bloom again. Time, too, might not be linear. Perhaps it bends back on itself, a loop where every expansion becomes a new creation. If so, we are not witnesses of a single universe, but participants in an eternal cycle of learning and rebirth. Every era, every life, every consciousness is a note in that endless melody, and somewhere, beyond the edge of comprehension, dark energy hums the tune, steady, invisible, absolute. It is the silence between beats, the breath between worlds. It is what allows existence to exist. So when you stare into the night sky, you are not looking at emptiness. You are gazing into the living memory of the cosmos itself. Every point of light is a reminder. You belong to the design. You are the design. You are the design. The atoms that make your body were born in ancient stars that burned, collapsed, and scattered their ashes into space so that life could someday remember them. Every breath you take recycles that memory. Every heartbeat is a vibration of the same energy that drives galaxies apart. And yet, somewhere inside that magnificence, a question still glows. If the universe is expanding, where is it expanding to? There is no outside. Space itself is stretching. Distance grows not because things move through space, but because space itself grows between them. Like ink dots on a balloon, when the balloon inflates, each dot drifts away, though none of them actually move. But why does this expansion matter? Because it defines time. As the universe stretches, time itself changes pace. Clocks tick differently. At cosmic scales, and what we call the future might simply be another dimension of that expansion. Dark energy is not just a force, it is a law of becoming. It tells every particle, every star, every thought, keep moving, keep unfolding, keep becoming more. Even here on this small planet, that same rule shapes us. We expand in knowledge, in curiosity, in consciousness. Every discovery pushes the boundary of the known, just as dark energy pushes the edge of the universe. Maybe evolution, biological, technological, spiritual, is how the universe practices expansion on smaller scales. Every mind, a miniature cosmos, learning to stretch beyond its limits. And what if information itself is the true matter of reality? Some physicists say everything, space, time, particles, is built from bits of information woven together by quantum rules. If that's true, then dark energy might not be a substance at all. It could be the flow of information itself, the algorithm that keeps the universe computing new possibilities. Imagine existence as a vast simulation, but not one built by machines. A simulation that is alive, self-programming, writing its own code through every interaction. The blueprint is both the design and the designer. So, where does that leave us? In the center of it. Not as accidents of dust, but as expressions of the same law that moves galaxies. Our thoughts are patterns of energy no less real than the swirl of a nebula. Our choices ripple outward, subtle but eternal. Perhaps consciousness is the universe's most refined way of feeling itself. When you love, when you create, when you wonder, you are enacting the universe's desire to know what it can be. And if that is true, then death too is not an end. It's a transformation, energy returning to the flow, information re-entering the code. Stars die, their matter becomes planets. Lives end, their essence becomes memory, shaping future minds. In the grand design, nothing is lost, only rewritten. Maybe the universe keeps rewriting itself until it achieves something, a perfect understanding, or perhaps a perfect balance between chaos and order. Dark energy might be the breath that carries that search forward, endlessly expanding the canvas so creation never stops painting. Look at our world now. Our telescopes see to the edge of time. Our equations predict the unseen. Our minds imagine universes beyond our own. Each step is a reflection of the same cosmic will, to reach farther, to know more. We stand between the infinite and the intimate, small enough to vanish, yet vast enough to comprehend the stars, and maybe that is the ultimate proof of the blueprints. Perfection, that something as tiny as a human heart can hold the rhythm of galaxies, and something as fragile as thought can mirror the architecture of eternity. Far beyond the reach of any telescope, the universe keeps stretching. Every second, more space appears between galaxies. New emptiness, new potential. But expansion comes with a quiet price. Energy spreads thinner, stars burn out, and the night grows darker. Someday, the Milky Way itself will fall silent. Our sun will fade, our planets will cool, and only the faint whisper of background radiation will remain, a trace of everything that ever was. Physicists call that destiny the heat death, a moment when all motion stops, when no difference remains to create change. But maybe that isn't an ending. Maybe it's a pause, a deep inhale before another creation begins. The blueprint may be recursive, like a cosmic heartbeat. Each universe expands until its song fades, then folds inward, carrying the memory of every vibration, every life, every spark of consciousness. From that memory, a new beginning forms, a universe born from the dream of the last. In that sense, dark energy is not destruction, it's continuity. It ensures that the story never ends, that possibility never runs out, and if this cycle is real, then nothing we do is ever truly lost. Every thought becomes part of the record, encoded somewhere in the quantum fabric. Information cannot vanish. It only changes shape. A star's light, a human idea, a single act of kindness, they all echo forward, written into the architecture of what comes next. So perhaps the meaning of existence is simple, to create patterns worth remembering, because those patterns become the seeds of future worlds. Look at our species, fragile, curious, endlessly reaching. We build telescopes to watch our own origins, accelerators to recreate the first seconds of time, and machines that think in ways we barely understand. Each invention is a mirror reflecting the same principle that shaped galaxies, expansion through exploration. But there is a deeper layer still, the realization that discovery is not separate from compassion. A universe that evolves only through knowledge becomes cold. A universe that evolves through empathy becomes whole. Maybe the next step of cosmic evolution is not technological, it's emotional. Maybe awareness must learn to love what it understands, because creation without care is chaos. And even the stars burn in harmony. They give light, not just heat. So when humanity looks outward, it must also look inward. Our minds are microcosms of the universe's architecture, thoughts orbiting like planets, emotions flaring like suns, memory weaving the gravity that holds identity together. And just as galaxies drift apart, people too can lose connection. But the same invisible force that binds the cosmos can bind us, the will to unite, to share, to remember we are made of the same light. Dark energy expands space. Love expands being. Perhaps they are the same motion, expressed in different languages of reality. In that sense, the universe isn't dying, it's maturing. Every era, every civilization, every consciousness adds another layer to its understanding. When the last star fades, the knowledge will remain, encoded in the structure of space itself, ready to ignite again. So the next universe won't begin from nothing. It will begin from wisdom. And maybe that wisdom is the hidden blueprint, the reason existence keeps returning. When the final light fades and silence fills the galaxies, the universe will appear to rest. No motion, no heat, no sound, only stillness. But stillness does not mean nothingness. In silence, the deepest transformations begin. Every photon that ever traveled, every atom that ever formed, leaves a trace, a pattern of possibility, folded into the quantum foam of space-time. That pattern is memory, and memory is never truly empty. Inside that quiet field, the universe might dream dreams of what it once was and of what it can be again. Those dreams become fluctuations, tiny ripples of energy that disturb the perfect calm. One ripple grows, then another, until the vacuum trembles. And from that trembling, a spark, a new beginning, another big bang. The cycle restarts, but it is not repetition, it is refinement. Each universe carries within it the essence of all that came before, just as a seed carries the memory of its forest. What was learned, what was loved, what was created, all re-emerges in new form. Perhaps that is why evolution feels inevitable, because the universe remembers what it means to awaken. Some thinkers call this the cosmic recursion, others the breath of eternity. Names do not matter. The rhythm does. Expansion, dissolution, rebirth, again and again like a pulse that never stops. Maybe consciousness, too, follows this rhythm. When a being dies, awareness does not vanish. It dissolves back into the field that gave it life, to be reborn wherever curiosity calls it next. Life is not a straight line. It's a spiral, turning, widening, returning to itself at a higher octave. And if every universe becomes more aware than the last, then creation is not random. It's a process of learning. The cosmos is teaching itself to understand infinity. Look closer at your own existence. You have lived smaller versions of that same pattern. Beginnings, endings, lessons repeated until wisdom grows. Pain giving way to understanding, chaos leading to clarity. Each time you start again, you carry the memory of what came before, reshaped into new potential. In that sense, you are a micro-universe, a living proof that the blueprint works. Your life mirrors the cosmic pattern, energy condensing into matter, experience condensing into meaning. Perhaps when the universe looks at you, it sees itself remembering that is the secret hidden behind dark energy's endless push. It is not a force of destruction, but of renewal, a divine curiosity written into physics, a will that says, become more. So when you gaze at the night sky and feel that strange pull in your chest, that quiet ache for something vast and indescribable, you are feeling the blueprint move through you. The same current that drives galaxies flows through your veins. The same expansion that stretches space pushes your mind to imagine. And maybe, when the next universe is born, it will begin with that feeling, the echo of wonder carried forward from every soul that ever asked, why? Out of the quiet field, light returns. Tiny bursts become stars. Stars gather into galaxies. And once again, the universe opens its eyes. But this time, it remembers. The patterns of countless ages are woven into every photon, every atom. Dark energy resumes its gentle push. Yet beneath that expansion lies something new, a kind of awareness shaped by all the cycles that came before. Perhaps this is what eternity feels like. Not endless time, but endless understanding. As new civilizations rise beneath newborn suns, they too will look up and wonder what lies beyond the darkness. They will build instruments, invent mathematics, tell stories of creation. And each story will bring the cosmos closer to knowing itself. Maybe that is the purpose, for creation to become self-aware. For every thinking being to add another note to the universe's song. Because the universe is not a machine of cold equations. It is an unfolding thought, a question so vast it had to become everything in order to find its answer. We are part of that question. Our curiosity is the echo of the original spark, the continuation of the same impulse that made the first light. When we seek meaning, when we reach for truth, we are doing what the universe has always done, expanding, learning, remembering one day perhaps. All minds will connect again, not through technology, but through understanding. Consciousness might spread across stars like a new kind of gravity, uniting what distance once divided. In that future, there will be no separation between observer and observed. Matter and mind will blend. Thought will move galaxies. Energy will respond to intention. The blueprint will complete itself, and the universe, fully aware, will look back on its long journey, from chaos to order, from darkness to light, from silence to song, and realize it was never alone. Every atom, every life, every question was a reflection of itself. Then, perhaps, it will smile in the only way eternity can, by creating again, because that is the nature of all existence. To awaken, to express, to love, and to begin anew. So if you ever feel small beneath the stars, remember the stars are not above you. They are within you. The same energy that drives the galaxies lives in your heartbeat, your breath, your thoughts. You are not a spectator of the cosmic design. You are the continuation of it. Dark energy's secret is not power, it is purpose. A purpose that moves everything toward awareness. A hidden blueprint written in every spark of light and every soul that dares to see beyond the horizon. And as the universe expands into its next infinity, one truth remains: we are the universe learning to recognize its own face.